to a new world
of gods and monsters.
Because there's nothing original in Hollywood anymore, here's a review for The Mummy coming up. Hi everyone, I'm Isaac and this is Movie University. You may have noticed we changed our name from All Things Movies. This is because there's just two other channels on YouTube called All Things Movies. To separate us from them, I changed the name. Simple as that. The very memorable trilogy of The Mummy starring Brendan Fraser came out in 1999 and was followed by two sequels. This Mummy movie is actually the first in a long line of Dark Universe movies by Universal Studios. The first hint we get at this is the Dark Universe logo that pops up immediately after the Universal Pictures logo in the beginning. The movie starts off with Tom Cruise and his friends stumbling upon the burial ground of a long-deceased Egyptian pharaoh's daughter. They set her free from her underworld restraints and accidentally let her loose in England. The movie has some neat story elements that it tells the audience and sets up a lot for a shared universe of monsters. The problem with The Mummy laying down foundation for the backstory is that it doesn't stop. We hear a lot of narration from Russell Crowe as he sets up the backstory for The Mummy and the monster universe, and for a neat twist that involves him in the movie. The problem is that they keep setting up a backstory. It just goes on and on and on. Again, this is for the future movies, but nonetheless, it gets quite repetitive. Adding to the drawn-out dialogue is some canned acting and some cliche lines. Now, the acting is so bad that at one point we see Tom Cruise's sidekick pretending to shoot a rifle. He brings it up to his shoulder like this, huge gap between his shoulder and the buttstock of the rifle, and he literally shakes it like this. Even the action is nothing new in there. Every action sequence that's been done in The Mummy has been done before in another movie. The Mummy was shot in Arri Raw digital cameras in 6K. This effectively future-proofs it for about the next 10 years or so. The image looks sharp and crisp and great. However, I will say that the color palette is a bit muted, but I'm not really going to knock them for that because I know that most movies do have a muted color palette, and this is to help blend the special effects from the CG team into the finished product of the movie. In regard to camera work, there's nothing really fancy here. We're just seeing the standard Steadicam, crane shots. Now on the flip side, the sound is really good. The sound team seems to have pulled out all the stops for this movie. The Mummy is mixed in Dolby Digital, Dolby Atmos, Dolby 7.1, and Aurora 11.1. So depending on the venue you choose to see it, you could have a different sound experience of The Mummy. The theater I saw The Mummy in showed the movie in Dolby Digital format, and it sounded absolutely fantastic. While of course a surround sound mix does come predominantly from the front, the directional sound is well done with a lot of background whipping sand in the desert, dripping water in the tombs, and objects flying around during explosions. Another disappointing aspect of this movie is the music. The soundtrack is composed by Brian Tyler, who's done really big budget blockbuster movies, Power Rangers, Battle Los Angeles, and The Avengers. There are zero standout themes and the soundtrack is quite forgettable. Now with all the faults this movie had, the one thing I do feel like Alex Kurtzman did do well is that he conveyed a sense of adventure. It's not as good as, Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, but there is a sense of adventure throughout the movie that I feel like they did do a very good job of. It made me want to continue watching the movie. Be sure to tell me what you think of the movies in the comment section below, and be sure to hit the subscribe button on your way out. Until next time.